Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to get into today, so let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? And I mean that this time. I've been practicing a lot. It's been really good. I'm at the last day of my spring break right now, which is actually a Monday for me, because I don't have class on Monday. Really just, letting you into my life right now, jeez. I'm finally not sick. Not that that deterred me from practicing, because I've practiced, on average, 6 to 8 hours a day, every day during the spring break. And I really feel like I am actually better at guitar than when I entered the spring break. So that's pretty cool. Which, before I get too far into this, let me go ahead and tell you what this is. This is a practice log right now. It's going to consist of 3 things, one of which is small talk. That's this right now. Then I'm going to answer some comment questions. I don't have any right now, but boy, you've been leaving them. I'll tell you what. And then third, I'm going to play something for you. And here's the thing. I've already practiced about 5 hours today, and the last thing I have to practice is Sonata giocosa, the first movement, because that's going to be one of the pieces that I'm competing with. Of course. The next one is in Boone, Appalachian State University. Be there, unless you're good at guitar and win competitions, in which case, please stay home. Please. Please give me a chance. No, I'm just kidding. One of the greatest things about the last competitions was seeing how many amazing guitarists there are, and that's honestly a big inspiration for just getting back into the shed now. So, amazing guitarists, please show up. I'm actually kind of doing something stupid with this YouTube channel, which is giving away what the competition is, because you'll see where my pieces are. Today, you're going to see Sonata giocosa, and I think it's pretty elevated from the last time you've heard it. I have the entire thing written out with just right-hand fingerings and tablature, which maybe that's something we'll actually talk about today, because I got a lot of comments about that in the last one. A lot of confused comments, what are you reading tab now? What are you, some stepdad? Some rock and roll stepdad? I'm not. I'm nobody's stepdad, but tabs can still be useful, even for a classical snob douchebag like me. Hey, let's go ahead and answer some comment questions. We're done with small talk. Alright, let's get into it. Just to go through a couple of these, Christian R51, so tabs greater than sheets? You're saying, are tabs better than sheet music? See, I'm not just making this up. People have been saying this. Z.A. Boobinstein. Nice. So, you don't even read sheet music? How dare you say that to me? My lord. And the final one I'd like to address is from Trevor's Neath. 4665, friend of the channel, how's it going? He said, what tab editor do you use, Cameron? Cameron, thank you. Not Mr. Hands. I appreciate you for calling me by my name, my real name. I've been using Guitar Pro for as long as I can remember, but I'm always curious to look at something new. Hey, if you're looking for something new, you should try just writing it out, because that's what I do. I just write it out. So this is something that I've only started doing in the past week or so, and I've only done it so far with the music I'll be competing with, which I have 5 pieces that I'm competing with. And you'll figure out what they are if you watch enough of my videos, except for the last one that I added, the second Villa-Lobos Prelude, which I'll play that for you soon. I've made videos on that, and I've known it for 6 years. I've been playing it for so long, or at least I've had it in my memory, and I've never been able to play it well, but I've refingered the whole thing, and I feel like I finally am actually onto something. So what's the deal with this? I'm writing out tabs, right? Tabs, they're not quite tabs. They're, this is lobe de Trenin. They are right-hand tabs. And I find that maybe half or so of my practice, especially if something's not coming out very well, I will just practice what I've tabbed out with the right hand fingerings. And I'll find that a lot of times my fingers can't even really play it smoothly, as if I was going to play the song, and I'm wondering why I can't play the song well. It's I can't even play the right hand well. What makes me think that I'm going to be able to just actually play the whole thing yet? So it's effective, I believe it is, and it's also very engaging to work on, because it really shows you exactly what your right hand needs to do to end up where it should end up. And you might think that you know your pieces, but until you actually write out every move that you're making with your right hand, which I'll tab that out, and I'll also tab out when I'm muting strings, when I'm planting with my M, or planting with the A, I do that a lot. So I write absolutely everything in that the right hand is doing. And you'll be shocked, some things that you thought were working, this even happened in the Prelude, I'm realizing I have 2 M's in a row, or I have some terrible string crossing where I'm going I, and then M to the next string, and I never even realized it was a terrible string crossing, which I've actually revised a lot of stuff in a lot of my pieces, just because it's once it's written out and you see how bad it is, it's well, if I just change it to this, it would be good finally. And then you can't not practice it like that if you're bringing out these tabs every time you work on a piece. So I've just been finding it really effective for refining things down. And now I've gotten comments about this. Why don't you just write your fingerings in the score, like next to the dots? It's just cluttered. It's a lot of clutter, you know, and I don't always need to be looking at the notes, especially when the music is so memorized. Like a lot of times I'll just pull out the right hand document and I already know the notes. I know what the left hand is doing. But that right hand, this is the engine. This is what controls the dynamics. If the accuracy in the right hand is bad, the piece you're playing is bad. So I've been finding it super helpful to just isolate this, and in fact I can just separate it from the sheet music entirely and just look at the right hand fingerings. It's been doing me well, I think. So that's the deal with the tabs. I didn't rip them from ultimateguitar.com. I don't think you should learn your pieces from tab, but if you don't know how to read sheet music, like, you know, that's kind of your only option, and that's fine. But yeah, you know, just doing that, it's been allowing me to find stuff to work on, because 6 hours a day is a long time, and if you're bored during those 6 hours, it's going to be a grueling 6 hours. But I've been finding, like, by the time it's over, I'm like, there's more to do, you know? There's so much more to do. So it's been cool. It's been giving me the courage to actually change stuff in my music. Like, I've mentioned this previously, but I feel like how I used to approach learning stuff is I would try to learn it and then, like, freeze it in my mind forever, and then just changing it would be so much work, so I'd rather just not change it. Just, like, try to get better at your bad fingering. Don't change it, right? But when you can see it so clearly written on the paper, and it's like, this is such a bad fingering, just change it. And then it's changed. A week goes by where you're practicing it. You're going to start playing the new fingering. Once I've done that for longer, I'll talk more about it, because I haven't been doing it for too long. But I will say that it's been really helpful so far for just making the pieces clear in my mind. So I like that. And that's what I'm doing. All right. Hey, we're talking about practice here on the practice log. I'm not going to answer another comment question. This video is only going to be about practicing guitar. How about that? So you're going to hear me play in a second. This is from yesterday. I haven't practiced Sonata Giocosa, the piece you're about to hear, today yet. But here's the beauty of what I do here. And maybe you can take this as some inspiration to maybe do the same thing. If it's in your heart to do something like what I'm doing here, like making a YouTube channel and making a clown buffoon out of yourself for everybody to enjoy and for you to make a little bit of coin on the side, it's so beneficial to record yourself playing your pieces as a performance all the way through. But God, it is so hard to watch them sometimes and actually focus on them, because that's part of the practice, like actually listening to yourself. And when it's not for a YouTube video like this, I find myself recording myself and then I just never watch it, and it was just a big waste of time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit this video right now, like once I'm done here, and I'm gonna be forced to listen to that recording of Sonata Giocosa because I'm putting it on my YouTube channel, which is my livelihood, and a lot of people will probably see it. Probably not as many as will see my Rick Beato and Marcin videos or Jacob Collier videos, but still people nonetheless. So I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to see every little thing that isn't working in that Sonata Giocosa take, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to really work on those things. I feel like I already know what those things are, but you know, it'll be nice to see them. So, you know, maybe that's a practice strategy for you. Become a YouTuber. Have you ever thought about that? Hey, it freaking works. If you look at, like, my first video, I sucked at guitar. My lord. I was so bad. I'm still bad, but, you know. And also, I have to be careful saying that. I've been, like, saying that I'm really bad at guitar recently, and that's another thing to kind of be mindful of. That's not a super nice thing to say, not just for your own self, but for the other people looking at you too, because they're like, well, like, you're better than me, so what does that make me? I'm just trying to hold myself to the highest standards possible, and I'm okay with never achieving what it is I'm seeking to achieve. I personally can live with that, but man, I'm gonna try. So I'm trying, I'm practicing a lot, and I'm gonna call myself really bad and crappy, but you should also understand that I'm also really good. I am just, like, in general very good at guitar. So if you're worse than me, don't take that personally when I'm calling myself bad. Is this necessary to say? I don't know. Maybe. Just keep that in mind. And also, some more practice tips for you. How do you practice so much, like 6 to 8 hours a day? Here's some advice for you. Get it done as early as possible. When you knock out the first 3 hours in the morning, first thing in the morning, maybe wake up super early. I think that's part of why I got sick. It's because I kept waking up at like 5 a.m. to practice, and I was getting like consistently 4 or 5 or 6 hours of sleep. But waking up early like that and getting the first chunk out of the way, it makes it a lot less daunting later in the day. What you don't want is for it to be like 8 p.m. and you're like, I have to practice 5 hours today. Best case scenario, it's gonna be 1 a.m. when I'm done. That's a terrible way to live. So I've been finding that every morning, 3 hours automatically. So what you're gonna hear now is me playing Sonata Giocosa. Check this out. pretty good, right? It was alright, you know? Been working on it. Definitely some biffs in there, some biffs and blunders. We'll take a look at that. I haven't actually watched it yet, but I remember recording it, and there were some pretty glaring things with it. Well, I was gonna say more stuff about it, but I forgot, so I'm just gonna move on. Man, I've been putting out some silly videos, sort of sandwiched around this video right here. Don't worry, the next video will be really stupid, you'll see. I have some reactions that I want to make. I was wanting to make them before I got sick, but I think the last 2 videos were kind of a test run to like see if I was back to normal. It seemed like I am, so I have some big ones that I'm gonna make. Some really famous YouTube videos that I've just never covered before, so I'm excited about that. Practicing, reacting, that's my life, you know? It's a good life, too. It's a great life. Anywho, I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up here. So, of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, there's new merch on Rootin's Delight. Get yourself a Sore Hands work shirt. I saw a comment, hey, it's funny, but where will you wear a Sore Hands polo? Wear it anywhere. Wear it going out. It's a great shirt. Get it in black. Black is classic. Wear that when you perform in your competition. You know, I'm kind of tempted to do that. I think it should be alright, right? That you just wear all black. You can wear it anywhere. It's a great shirt to have. And the whole store is 15% off right now, so link in the description. Also, if you have to make a choice between buying merch or getting your first guitar lesson or something, get a guitar lesson first. But you know, if you can afford both, then do that. I have an email in the description. Be sure to tell me how you don't want guitar lessons from me, because I'm not offering them. But maybe one day. I'm really busy with school right now. You guys know the deal. You guys know. But I would love to start teaching again, and I'll have a lot to say, especially after the master's degree, so it'll be a great value. Hey, I'm just checking up on you. How you doing? This video probably got demonetized because of that crispy recording of the Sonata giocosa. That thing got copyright stricken, you know it did. And if it didn't, I'll practice it for double today. How about that? I don't know if you can tell if it is copyright stricken or not. I'll let you know. I'll tell you in the next video if it is. Alright, I'll see you in the next video, where I'll tell you. Bye.